Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another WordPress video. In this video, we're going to talk about using the WordPress Database class to insert a row of data into the posts table. Now, I've seen this done before where someone uses the method getResults using the WordPress Database class. They insert something using getResults and then they run another query to get the last row of that database. But you can use insert and get that ID in the same query. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that. So let's get started. So here in the ideapro.development area, we have that open, and then we have the ideapro.io site open, and we have it open to plugins here. Some old plugins that that we've done videos on, and none of them are active. And then here in the database, we have the posts table open, and I've sorted it by ID descending. So we have the most top post up here at the top, 144. And so when we enter a row into the database, it will be entered in as 145. So we'll enter that row, and then we'll come back here and we'll refresh the page, and I'll show you guys that it actually did what it's supposed to do. All right, so let's go over to our staging area here, or our development area, and we're going to create a new file, and that's going to be just let's call it Idea Pro Insert Example, and then Idea Pro Insert example.php. All right, so that's the main file of our plugin. All right, so we're going to open up some PHP brackets there, and then we're going to say plugin name, Idea Pro insert example. All right, and that's really all we need for this plugin to show up in the list here. And so there it is here. Now I use a FTP plugin for the Visual Studio Code that automatically FTPs everything up to the server. So that's how that was able to show up right away. So we're going to go ahead and activate this. And of course, it's not going to do anything because our plugin is literally not going to do anything, doesn't do anything here. So we're going to write a new function, and we're going to call this Idea Pro Insert example. We're going to make it super simple. And in this, we're just going to insert something into the database. All right, so we're going to call in the global WordPress DB. Then we're going to come down a little bit. First, we're going to write the table name. So let's say table name is equal to, all right, so WordPress DB, and then this prefix is the settings in your WP config file that says what that prefix is. And what it does is it pulls in let me go to this page here, the database here. It pulls in this name here. So the name of this table is ideapro.io_posts. So what that does is this is the ideapro.io _, and then the table is going to be posts. So that's what that prefix here does. Okay, so then what we're going to do is we're going to say, let's say success is equal to WordPress DB insert. All right, and so then we're going to say table name is going to be our first argument here in this. And then the next argument is going to be data. Now we're going to create that data here. All right. So data is going to be an array. All right. And so then inside of the array, we're going to do post title. We're not going to do a whole lot of different things in here, but we're just going to say example title or example post. Let's do that. Example post. Now there is a function called WP insert post. I'm just using this as an example if you're inserting something into another table in the database. Maybe it's a custom table or something like that. So then we're going to say post content is equal to just an example. Okay. And really that's it. Let's just leave it like that and make it super simple. All right, so success, it's going to insert this row into the database, right? So if success, and that's literally all you have to do, then we're going to do, let's say last ID is equal to, and it's going to be WordPress DB insert ID. Whoops, ID. There we go. All right, so then we're going to echo this out to last ID. Now, else, if there's an error, and we're not going to do any error reporting or anything like this, we're just going to last ID is equal to this did not work. All right. So else it's going to echo out that last ID, and we're going to say this is the last ID. And it should, if the database is correct, it should return 145 when we do that. All right, so now we're going to just run this function. We're just going to put this function straight onto the page here and save that, upload it to the website. And whenever we get ready to run this page, any page over here, let's do it on this front page here. So we're going to run that, and boom, right up there at the top, it says this last ID is 145. So now if we come back over here to the database and we refresh the page, we've got 145 here, and then we actually have 146 because I guess it ran again. That's the problem with running it like that, is it didn't have any control over if another page was submitted or something like that. So if we refresh the database, there may be 4 or 5 in there. Now, so this was the one that it returned for us. So then if we needed to, we could use that ID to like save post metadata, or use that ID as a cookie or a session, you know, to save it to the user session or something like that. So it's pretty simple to use the insert wpd insert instead of trying to write 2 different queries, one to insert the data and then one to pull the last ID. I'll put this down in the description as a file that you guys can download. It's very basic. I'm going to take this stuff out though. You guys can run this with your own on your own page. Save that. And yeah, that's as simple as it is. So like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what future videos you'd like to see. Thanks.